He can no longer play here. We no longer want him to play here. He didn't want to be here. He let that be known. And so now that he's open, not just to Miami, maybe Carolina, Skip. Now, Charlotte isn't very far from where he went to school at Clemson.
Good point.
They trained, Spartanburg, where they go, so which is even closer. So for me, Skip, yes, Denver, Carolina, Miami. I don't know some of the other players. Now, it was reported that Philly tried to, talk to Deshaun. They sent their investigators down there, talked to him, and tried to figure out what was going on. He's like, nah, I'm not waiving it for you. So for me, I don't really know the other teams, but I think Denver, you look at Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Noah Fant, Hamler, who's injured, Javonte Williams. They have offensive firepower. They got a decent offensive line. And so I would think he would want to go to somewhere, Skip, that have offensive firepower. I don't look. Obviously, he wants someone with a creative mind on the offensive side of the football, Skip, but he wants weapons. A creative mind with no weapons does you no good. And so I don't know what teams that Deshaun would be willing to waive that no trade clause, Skip. But obviously, Miami, we keep hearing rumblings about Miami. Carolina seem to have jumped into the fray. I like the Broncos. The Broncos should be willing to move heaven and earth to try to get a quarterback because they're not going anywhere without that.
It sounds like Shannon Sharpe, ex-Bronco, is shaking his orange pom-poms across the table at this moment.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, I might even call Deshaun.
Campaigning for Deshaun to go to Denver.
I might.
Weapons galore, yet they can't score.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a quarterback's game.
It does not matter the type of gun. It only matters the guy that's shooting. So the bullseye is still down there, and you can have all the ammunition you want, but it's got to be the marksman is what counts. We don't have very good marksmen.
You do not. And I warned you about that before the year started.
But I know that, Skip. We know Teddy is a friend.
Oh, that defense will carry us all year.
But they stay hurt. Skip, you see, we got like 9 guys on our.
Okay. So does everybody. Okay, so it feels like to me from a distance that Deshaun is definitely done with Houston, and Houston has gotten done with Deshaun.
Has finally done with him, yep.
And so it feels like this is going to be an auction, a frantic, frenetic auction that will go down to the 11th hour, which will be about 3 o'clock Eastern a week from today. And 4 o'clock is the deadline. So in that last frantic hour, it could just be who's going to put the best deal on the table. And Houston will say, we're sick and tired. Just give us your best shot, and whoever puts the best shot on the table, we're going to take that.
Right.
Now, Deshaun's going to have to sign off on it because he's got the no trade.
Right.
So, but it's going to be Miami. Charlotte's going to take a shot. Maybe Denver will take a shot. I don't know. Maybe there's a dark horse team that we don't know that'll come out of nowhere.
It's reported that Miami is like, we're not going to keep bidding against ourselves.
Okay.
What do you want? Because we're not just going to keep because we don't know if anybody. But now that we know that other teams are about to get involved, Skip.
Okay.
Now you might get a nice package for Deshaun.
Now that Miami has fallen to 1-6.
Oh yeah.
Do they have weapons? Do they have genius at the top? I'm not seeing it.
Skip, I like Gesicki. I like Jalen Waddle.
I do
so
too.
They do have
with both of those. Yes. So maybe that's a start.
Yeah.
And it would be to be the king of Miami. I think it's a great place to live. That's just me. If I had my choice, I would go there.
No, I want to live in Miami, though.
Huh? You don't want to live there?
No.
Because?
You know why, because. You know the because.
Huh. I'm not sure I do.
I do.
Okay.
I'm going to focus on football. There's too many other things to
too many
focus
distractions.
on.
Well, I don't have that problem that you have. So I could focus on football and the sunshine all at once. Because you can play football in the sunshine, right?
There's a reason why Miami ain't winning too much in football.
Okay, it could be the truth.
Yeah.
And I will agree with that. So the point is, we are now facing the biggest question in the National Football League, because never before in the history of the National Football League has a quarterback this young and this talented been on the market.
Yep.
We've never seen anything like it.
Never.
He's barely 26 years of age. He's made 3 Pro Bowls. He's top 5. We can argue that all day, but he's up in the top 5.
Yes.
And he is available. Whew, it's going to cost you probably a whole lot, but it'll be worth every last ounce of it, because he is worth it if he's right. Now, he will have been out of football for 1 year, and now comes the biggest question facing the National Football League. What is going to happen to Deshaun Watson off the field with all the issues legally and civilly that he faces?
Let's just say he gets the off the field worked out with the criminal justice system. does the NFL say the punishment was that he missed the entire 2021 season?
They might be able to argue
Or
that was his suspension.
Right.
Yes.
So I think, Skip, if you trade for him, that's your mindset also, that his punishment is missing the entire 2021 season, and he should be good to go for 2022. That's if everything resolves itself off the field.
Okay.
Now, if it doesn't get resolved off the field, well, you got bigger issues to worry about than the NFL.
That is correct. And just to reiterate, for those who have missed this, 23 women have accused Deshaun Watson of sexual misconduct or assault.
Right.
And 22 of them have filed civil lawsuits against him. The Houston Police Department has spoken to at least 10 of those women about allegations against Watson that would be of the criminal variety.
I mean, well, Skip, but this thing been going on. We got wind of this in like May or June.
Yep.
We ain't heard nothing yet. I mean,
okay, but it's still going on. But time can't heal these wounds.
No,
like they're not going away.
No.
It's just taking a lot of time.
Right.
So he is now represented by Rusty Hardin, who can be the savior for superstar athletes in trouble everywhere. And he's got quite a track record of defending said superstars in trouble.
Roger Clemens, I think he Warren Moon.
Yep. And can he manage to get Deshaun out from under all this? I have no idea. All I know for sure, for me, viewing Deshaun, I will never think of him the same way off the field. Like, I just can't even compute the fact that many women have accused him. And Rusty Hardin keeps arguing that, well, a number of these encounters were consensual.
Right.
Well, here we go.
Right.
All right. So that's going to have to maybe be proven in court.
And that's the thing, Skip. Once something gets uttered like this, reputation is something that takes you a lifetime to build, but it be destroyed in a matter of seconds.
Well, but it wasn't 2 or 3 women; it was 23.
Right.
Right. So what's staggering is just the breadth and depth of all the accusations. Whew. Okay. So again, I don't know the answer to any of this. When will he be available to play quarterback? I have no idea.
Well, I don't think if you trade for him this year, I don't think you think he's going to play for you this year. It's just that you want him in your camp moving forward.
The best case you could hope for would be next year you would have Deshaun Watson at quarterback.
That is correct. And you still have him for 4 years under that contract, Skip. And so I think the thing is that a lot of these teams are thinking that Deshaun Watson's punishment from the NFL is being suspended for the entire even though it's not suspension, but he didn't play for the entire 2021.
He never even wound up on the commissioner's exempt list.
And so I think that's what they're thinking. Skip, that's the only way you can think, because there's no way.
That's what happened with Antonio Brown. Was he was just out.
Right.
And they said, okay, that's enough. You paid your price.
Right.
Okay. Here we go.
All right, it's tonight the night Russell Westbrook finally breaks out for the Lakers. Chris Broussard joins us to break it all down next.